Can we go? Can we go forward? Hey there, everyone. It's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight. All of that good stuff. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Today, we are out here. Just going to do a quick vlog, life catch-up. I don't know how long we'll go. This might be a shorter one that I might stitch together with another one. We'll see. In fact, I'm pretty sure it will be. I took Apollo out for a short walk earlier today. Today was a work from home day. As you can see, we had a decent amount of snow come through over the past couple of days. Mainly starting yesterday. It was at kind of yesterday afternoon, and then it let up this morning. It wasn't a ton of snow. It's just been very cold. And yesterday was super windy. So I think that's probably why we don't see a lot of actual accumulation on the ground, is everything was just getting blown around like crazy. Today is Wednesday, the 12th of February at the time of filming this. But as you can see up on the foothills, it's like foggy and overcast. It's been a day. I think that might mean that we're probably expecting some more snow today, because that's coming in from the west. Whereas on the east side, we have a little bit of a clearer sky. So anyway, yeah, it's only been a couple days since our last vlog, but woo, it's really chilled down. Last night I took Apollo to the dog park, not the open space, but the smaller dog park, because he needed to sprint, he needed to get that energy out, but it had just started coming down snowing, and it was so windy, and it was like, I think it was like 9 degrees, 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and we were out there at the dog park, and my hands, we did probably about a mile and a quarter, but I was freezing, and I was like trying to get him to sprint with me and play to get the energy out, because I knew we weren't going to go long. I was like, we're only out here for like a mile or so because it's so cold. So I was like playing with him and getting him to run in circles and chase me and stuff. But after a while, my pinky finger and my thumbs, well, kind of all my fingers, because I was not smart enough to bring my thicker gloves. I brought just my thin, like, kids gloves, like those thin cloth ones. I don't know what I was thinking. So my hands immediately started going numb, and I had them like in my pockets, and I'm like, come on, Apollo, let's go. And so he got some good exercise out. He was sprinting pretty good. So we're just going to do a short one, 2 short ones today, one earlier today, one now, and then we'll probably do a quick potty walk tonight before we go to bed. But oh my gosh, so cold, so cold. And I haven't, other than going out earlier today for a lap, I was assuming it was going to be a lot colder because, you know, late afternoon, sun's starting to go down. So I had my scarf completely like wrapped around my ears and stuff. And then we stepped out. I mean, it is cold, but I definitely was a little over bundled around my face, so I pulled the scarf down. But I'll probably have a little potty break here in a second. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, having a good weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all that good stuff. Make sure to leave in the comments how things are going for you. Oh, potty break, hold on. So yeah, I pulled my scarf down so it's not completely covering my face, so hopefully you can hear me okay. The other reason I could have just put a hat on, but I didn't want to put a hat on because when I finished up with work, I was like, let me go play, take a shower, even though I normally take a shower at night before bed, but I was really too anxious because my hair stuff that I mentioned in the last vlog came in. I was like, I want to play with my new hair stuff. So I took a shower, and I'll insert, or not insert, but I'll put, if Editing Anthony remembers, to put links for the two products that I got in. They were both recommended from some content creators that I watch called Beauty Within. And they mainly talk about skincare, but I'd say in the past like 2 years, they've branched out into hair care, makeup, general like wellness kind of things. They kind of do it all. But I know them mainly because of skincare. But they had some hair care favorites that they picked for 2024. And they both really liked this Japanese hair mask, and it's called like Fino or something like that. I'll put a link in. So I just used it in the shower instead of my conditioner. So put it in my hair after I shampoo, and then do my body wash with the conditioner in, you know, wash my bod so it's in for a few minutes, and then I rinse my hair out. And that's the last thing I do in the shower, is rinse the hair mask out. Similar to like what I do with my conditioner. And oh my gosh, it felt so soft and smooth and nice. I was like, this is what I needed. My only thing is the fragrance is a little florally, clean floral for me, and it lingers. And I don't like stuff that lingers. I don't mind smells in the shower, but I don't like stuff for it to linger for too long because, especially if I'm wearing a fragrance, I don't want the scents to clash. So I usually try to go with things that are minimally scented or scented, but it doesn't stay long after you get out of the shower. My hair does smell like clean kind of floral, which I'm hoping it goes away soon. So I used that, and then I also had a hair serum that they recommended, and it's like a hair oil essentially, and it's from a Korean brand, and it's called Mise-en-Scene. And so I just put that in my hair after I towel dried it, and then styled my hair. I did a blow dry, and oh, so good. I took pictures. I will insert them. It's like exactly the type of curl, like density, a little poofy, not super thin and crispy, a little poofy, very flexible and moldable. And then I just finished it with my hairspray. I do also use 2 styling products from Dyson, of all places, like the vacuum cleaner company, because they do hair styling tools. Well, they came out with a pre and post styling serum and cream that I've been using for a while now, since I got the blow dryer. And I don't think it really does anything, but I use them because I have them. But once they're gone, I'm not going to repurchase them. They were really expensive. But I really don't think they do much. So once they're gone, I'm done with them. But I think just this conditioner, or I'm sorry, hair mask, and the hair serum, which is also a heat protectant, and then just finishing it with a little hairspray to hold it, is going to do well. You'll have to let me know what you think, but I was like, ooh, this is kind of what I was looking for in terms of style. So I'm going to stick with it. Ooh, now my ears are getting cold. Oh, Apollo, this is going to be a really short walk. So I'm happy with it. And that hair mask, like I said, I got them both off of Amazon. And I think they were both $15 or less. And you get a decent size. So I'm very happy with both of those. All it took was watching one video from some of my favorite content creators, and boom, now I've got the hairstyle that I'm looking for. And I was like, yay! So I probably will still trim up my sides, probably on Friday. But I'm gonna leave the top long because I'm able to manage it now. So let me see if I can, hold on just a second. Okay. I try to pull the scarf up a little bit, at least to cover my ears. So that's why I didn't want to wear a hat, because I like styled my hair and I was like, oh, it looks really good. And then I'm just going to cram a hat back on it. But now I'm kind of regretting not putting a hat on because my ears are freezing. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I was like, that was a pretty cheap purchase, both of those products, and it immediately did what I wanted it to do. And I was like, cool, that was a lot less trial and error that I was thinking I would need. I did, good boy, come on. The shampoo and conditioner that I had been using definitely were not the right products for my hair. They were leaving my hair very kind of crisp, kind of just straw-like and not very well moisturized. So yeah, I'm gonna either give those away or turn the shampoo into hand wash and get rid of the conditioner. Because the stuff that I just got is so much nicer and less expensive. So yeah, so that's hair update. It's going well. I fixed it. All it took was a couple days in an Amazon Prime order. So we'll see what it looks like when I get back to the house, if it's fallen flat or not, but that would really be on the hairspray. I would like to find a hairspray that's a little bit of a finer finish. Like my hair did clump, kind of stick together a little bit. I'd like to find something that gives a little bit more separation while still holding, but that'll be trial and error. It's fine for now. So yeah, work was insane today. One of the busiest days I've had in recent memory. We had a lot of candidates move into hiring recommendation and offer stage between Monday and today. So I'm responsible for preparing the hiring recommendation to tell the manager, based off of HR's analysis, this is how much we think we should be paying this person. So it takes a lot of work to get to that number because we look at a number of different factors. So I had 2 of those. Both candidates countered. So that requires me to basically go back to the drawing board. Sometimes we have to get additional approvals. Got all that done. One of them turned down the role and accepted another offer. The other one said he's going to call me back at 6 p.m. tonight. So I've got to have my phone ready for that and let me know. And then just a couple other ones that were just wonky, like odd situations. Internal transfers, promotions, demotions, all sorts of stuff. And then my last one of the day today was, I've been mentioning this manager that is pretty demanding. Well, this is the last role that I have to work on for him. He's nice, but sometimes it feels like he believes the rules do not apply to him, or at least he tries to see how much he can break the rules, And he also wants things done immediately. And so we finished an offer for him, and it's an internal promotion. And he was like, okay, can we, Apollo, come on. I want the new hire to start tomorrow. I'm like, you know that's not possible. Before you even typed that, you knew that isn't a possibility to have someone start the next business day for so many different reasons. One of which being we have a hiring freeze for internal candidates for the first week of March, so everyone can get their merit increases, their merit raises, that all has to run through payroll. And so they do a freeze the first week of March to put those into place. So we're not allowed to change anyone's pay internally while all of that's being processed and calculated. He knows this. We do it every year. He's been with the organization longer than I have. So the next date that internals can start with can transfer, promote, whatever, change positions, is this coming Monday. But the deadline to hire all those folks has elapsed. The deadline was yesterday. So that's done. So that means that the next hire date that we can do for internals is March 17th, a little over a month from now. Once again, hiring managers know this, they're aware of it. We do it every year. Every year. So not only did he want to, because I told him, I was like, we kind of, we're between a rock and a hard place. I'm so sorry, but this person's not going to be able to start until the 17th of March. And he was, not only can we not have them start in the morning, because that's crazy. What are you talking about? Like, they haven't even signed an offer letter. They haven't even gone through payroll, to get the payroll update. We haven't even let the IT team know so we can change their desk and reassign all the stuff on the back end, change their security for their badging. There's so much stuff that has to happen. We need at minimum a week and a half to 2 weeks, and we bring new people on or do transfers and stuff every 2 weeks. So usually when we extend an offer, it's either going to be the 3 weeks, you know what I mean, like every other pay period. So it just depends on when we extend an offer, but rarely, if ever, are we able to go from offer to having someone start the next week, even internally. Rarely. The timing has to be just right. So the fact that he was like, oh, I want her to start in the morning, I was like, no. And also, she's completely changing departments, and this person is completely changing departments and teams. So you mean to tell me that you're gonna give them at this point, this was already at like 3:00 p.m. You're gonna give this person 1 hour to tell her entire team that she's accepted a new role. She starts the following morning and just go fly a kite. It's like, think this through. I get that you want her to start ASAP, but ASAP doesn't mean in 14 hours. You're crazy. So it's just like, why even do that to me? To light that fire under me, or just cause that sense of frustration and stress when you and I both well know that the answer is no. Why even try that, And it just gets under my skin that people even think that that's that's something that should even be asked. It's so far out of the question of our normal process. You're insane. So I talked to my boss, and I was like, either really the only option, and it's the option I've been telling other hiring managers in the same situation, is you gotta wait a month. I'm sorry, it's just bad timing. But that the first week of March every single year is a hiring freeze, and we get an email about it, and it's on our internal website as a reminder. So anyway, I was like, all my other hiring managers are waiting, but this particular hiring manager is fussy and needs things now. And it is a managerial role, so I get that, waiting another month might actually have a negative impact on the organization as a whole, because we need this person to get into this leadership role and start training. So I do understand that, but we also have policy. So I talked to my supervisors, what do you want to do? And she was like, well, if he gets his ducks in a row and we get the offer letter signed, let's go ahead and make an exception, even though we've missed the deadline to get people started for Monday. Technically Tuesday, because Monday's a holiday. Let's go ahead and push it through. He'll have to take the complaints, because we're going to get complaints from payroll. We're going to get complaints from other operational teams, as far as getting her hired into the system. We're going to get complaints from the tech team for trying to push them to get all this stuff done when we've already missed our deadline. Basically, they run a report Tuesday night and with all the new hires, and that's what they go off of. They spend the rest of the week getting payroll established, getting all their accounts put together, making sure that they have everything. Now, granted, this is an internal person, so not everything has to be done from scratch, but a lot of stuff has to be changed. So that's why they say Tuesday's your deadline for any new hires. If they haven't been hired into the system by Tuesday evening, then they gotta wait for the next pay period. But she's like, let's just push it through. We'll submit all of our stuff tomorrow. And anybody that comes back around and says, hey, you're submitting this after the deadline, we can just say, well, please refer to this director, because he is adamant that this person must start as soon as possible. So it gets under I understand the need to have someone start as quickly as possible in this type of position, like in a managerial role. I get it. I am not blind to the fact that waiting another month might actually have some repercussions as far as, the actual team that needs a managerial support and stuff. There's somebody kind of acting as an interim manager who got promoted. And so that left a vacancy, and right now they're kind of doing both jobs. So having to do both jobs for a month, I get it. But at the same time, I'm turning around and telling these other managers who are hiring for like less critical roles, let's just call them that they don't have that option. And they do have to wait a month plus because of this hiring freeze. And they're kind of out of luck, But then, it depends on the person, gets special treatment, So I see both sides of it. I'm a policy follower, and I liked everyone to be treated equal, especially if it came back around to some of those other managers where this manager's like, oh, I got my stuff done. I was able to get my person pushed through. And so it has the potential of reflecting poorly on us as HR and talent, that we're willing to bend the rules for certain people but not others, and it kind of invalidates the whole idea of the deadline in the first place, So it just gets under my skin that it's like, jump when I say jump, break the rules when I need you to break the rules. Like, I just don't like that. And it sets the precedent for this manager too, that this is how we'll operate every time they need to hire somebody. And it's just not the case. So I'm trying to be diplomatic about it. I'm trying to, and also, humble myself and be like, you know what, it's probably for the good of the organization, but it's for the good of the organization in every role. Everybody adds benefits, or adds value. So it is what it is. I kind of grit my teeth through the last portion of the day today, because I'm like scrambling to get the offer letter prepped, get it to him, make sure that we're getting everything done as quickly as possible this afternoon or this evening. That way we don't have to wait till Friday, because then we'll really be creating a stink if we're like, yeah, she starts the next working day. Technically Friday, she starts on Tuesday because Monday's a holiday. Can you all scramble to get everything in the system and set up for her on the day before a long weekend? Thanks, bye. So I'm trying to get it all done by tomorrow morning. That way they have all of Thursday and Friday to get it done. And even my coordinator's like, I'll keep my phone on me tonight. If the email comes through that the offer letter is approved, I'll try to hire her, or offer letter signed, I'll try to hire her into the system tonight. I was like, there's no difference between you doing it tonight and when you come in the morning. She's like, yeah, but if people walk in and see it first thing in the morning and see that it came through the day prior, maybe that'll be a softer blow than it coming in the day of. And I was like, that's on you. However, I'm not going to tell you to not do it. I'm not technically your boss. So if you want to do it and that's cool by our boss, our collective boss, then fine. But I personally would just wait until the morning. Like, our supervisor always says there's no such thing as a recruitment emergency. So I try to live by that. But this hiring manager, all I'll say is I'm going to be this is our last role that we're hiring for him right now. And I think after this, his team will kind of all be locked in. And I'm like, I'd love to not have to work with, he's fine. But some people just take more of your mental energy and like physical time when you work with them than others. And I'm ready for a little bit of a break. I'd be fine if we didn't partner again on the recruitment until 2026. I'll just say that. I'm hoping this team has a lot of longevity for him. I'm wishing him the best. Because then we won't have any new recruitments for him for a while. So fingers crossed that all of this movement leads to a really solid team, because I'm just ready for a break. I want some nice, easy recruitments for a little bit. So it's just been a lot. It's been a lot the first couple, few days this week. Everything's requiring extra fuss, extra steps, extra consideration outside of our normal process. Everything just is just fussy this week. And so I'm just ready to do some hires where it follows the standard operating procedure to a T. I'm ready for that. What is this? Let's turn here. Y'all know my distaste for when people pull right in front of us as we're walking. I'm like, nope, churn. You're not kidnapping my dog. Bye. So yeah, I'm just ready for these roles to get filled, these promotions, these transfers, whatever it is, to go through, so we can just have them off our books. So I'm tired. Let's see where this person's going. Okay, let's keep. Oh, okay. They're coming our way. Come over here. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, you're a good dog. Yeah, you're a good dog. Okay, let's go. So yeah, I'm hoping this is just, we had a lot of movement. Internal movement within the organization. We still have a fair amount, but I'm hoping that, because usually what happens is people put in their retirement notice at the end of fall. They finish up their final year with the organization, and then we have all these higher level managerial positions, director positions will become available at the beginning, towards the end of the year, beginning of the year. And then it's a trickle-down effect. People get promoted into those, which vacates their position. And then people get promoted into those supervisor or lead positions. It trickles down. And then usually by spring or summer, we're left with the kind of associate, quote unquote, entry-level positions, which are usually pretty easy to hire for. Because they have, minimum requirements in terms of years of experience and stuff, larger candidate pool. So it gets easier as the year goes on. And then by mid to late summer, it's pretty quiet. We focus on project-based stuff, because now the majority of our roles are filled outside of resignations and new roles that have been added to the organization for projects or business expansion, and then we start it all over again. So right now we're in the kind of the height of people filling these managerial roles, and then these supervisor and lead roles are kind of the bulk of what's left on my plate. And once those are filled, I'll have a bunch of entry levels, and then by May and June it'll start to peter out. So it's just, we're kind of in the thick of it. We're kind of in the thick of it right now, and nothing's really going super smoothly. It's fine. It's not like it's an impasse, like we're gonna make it through, but it's just been more fussy this year than it has been in previous years, where everything's just taking a little bit more work. So, yeah. Anyway, Joe's still sick. He is still getting sick, as in puking and can't eat much, and he was on the couch today. I snuck downstairs to get some tea. I've been trying to avoid him as much as possible, but he was on the couch and he just looked gray, like a gray, sick man. I was like, you look really bad. And he's like, I know. I was like, do you need anything? And he's like, no, I went across the street and got some more ginger ale. It's like, I haven't been able to eat anything without puking it up. And I was like, well, you gotta have like some kind of calories or something. So when I get home, I'm gonna drop off Apollo and I'm gonna go get pho, and I'm just gonna get him the broth. I was like, at least the broth will have a little protein in it, a little like something, you know. He's like, anytime I eat anything, I throw it up. And I'm like, well, okay, let's get you some broth, and maybe I'll get, you know, like a little additional small wonton soup, so if later on he thinks that he can manage to eat some wontons or some steamed veggies, then he can nibble on those if he wants to try it. But I'm like, okay, you don't eat anything, then you feel good for half a day, so you eat a Jimmy John's sandwich and ranch chips and a soda, and then you puke it up, and then you stop eating again. It's like, maybe ease yourself into the Italian nightclub sandwich. How about that? It's like, these boys, these men, I'm like, think it through. I mean, he's a smart guy, but he's definitely that stereotypical, as am I, when I'm really sick of like, sometimes when guys are sick, it's just like, this is it, I'm dead, this is it, this is my last day on earth. It's like, I feel bad for him because he's been feeling like that for coming up on 2 weeks now. And so I'm just like, dude, you're having a rough go of it, man. So anyway, so yeah, I was in my room quarantined all day, just working. I only came down to get tea at one point, and I got like a Celsius and then some chips. That's all I've eaten today, so I need to take care of myself and get some dinner. I'm starving. But yeah, I feel bad for the guy. He got sick not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before, and it's already Wednesday night. So it's been a week and a half. I'm just like, dude, it's not a good way to start the year. But hopefully he gets better soon. Hopefully he'll have some broth and start feeling a little bit better. I have a job fair tomorrow, so I'm going into the office to pick up my job fair supplies, and then I've got to go do that. And then once that's done, I have Friday off. It's my flex day, and Monday for President's Day, so I'll have a nice 4-day weekend, which is cool. So yeah, and I guess we'll quickly touch on diamond painting. We're a couple blocks from the house, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'll take Apollo out again before we go to bed for pretty much this exact same loop. This is kind of our potty walk is what I call it, and it's It ends up being about 0.6 something miles, maybe a little bit more. So it's not, actually, I lie, it's probably closer to a mile. So it's clearly not our 3 that I try to shoot for in a day, but we already did this once, and we just did it again, and we'll probably do it one more time tonight. So still try to get to right around 3, but it is very, very chilly out. So, but he usually can go with the flow. When it's really cold like this, I think he already kind of realizes like, oh, we're not going to be out here all day. So anyway, I'll quickly touch on diamond painting. Really no updates other than I did get my 2 Dreamer Designs kits in. Dreamer Designs, I believe, used OnTrack to ship my kits, but they got here, I ordered them the same day as Diamond Art Club's, and both of my Diamond Art Club orders were also OnTrack, unfortunately. But the Dreamer Designs ones got here today, and they shipped on Sunday. But I think their facility is in Reno, so they end up going from Reno to Denver, straight shot. So I got them today, whereas Diamond Art Club uses OnTrack. They ship theirs from Texas to LA, which I believe means they have to fly past Colorado to get to LA. Then they go from LA to me. So they're not slated to get here until Friday, an extra 2 days. I mean, 6-day shipping from the time I ordered to when it arrives is nothing to sneeze at all, as long as OnTrack doesn't lose them or they get temporarily lost at a facility. As long as everything goes smoothly, 6 days is fine. But I really like that Dreamer Designs 4-day. I think it's just because their distribution facility is closer and it doesn't have that extra stop of going to somewhere else then to me. It goes straight from Nevada to Colorado. So yeah, so those came in today. So I'll be unboxing those soon. I don't know when, because I have a feeling that Joe will be laid up in the house another few days at least. I don't anticipate him going back to work until sometime next week. So we'll see if I can sneak in some time to film some unboxings. Otherwise, it'll just have to be when I can. And the same with Whip-In Chats. Those will be kind of on hold until I have the house to myself again, whenever that is. But I do plan on starting to incorporate some of those putties. I have, I think, 10 or 11 putties to do for the putty comparison part 2. So I'm going to start using those tonight. I'll pick one and start working with it. I've already tried some of the other alien putties that I got, but I need to dive into the rest. So I'll start working on that, and then hopefully in the next couple weeks here, I'll start putting together that comparison video so it's ready to go by the end of the month or early March. So be on the lookout for that. I also will be filming with Mia the announcement video for our event in May. That'll be happening this Friday. I'm not even sure when this will go up, but Friday the 14th, Valentine's Day. We'll be filming that, so that announcement video can go up soon. So be on the lookout for that. And like I said, I'll have those Dreamer Designs unboxings, and then I've got six new to me kits coming from Diamond Art Club. Wait, nope, that's a lie. Is it a lie? I don't know. Let's see. 4 new to me kits from Diamond Art Club, and then one was a repurchase of Waterfall in the Jungle, so I won't be doing another unboxing for that. That went up on my channel like 6-7 months ago, so you can go back and look. But just know that I have 2 now, or I will. And that's really about it. Yeah. It's a little quieter here on the single and placing channel recently, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm out here trying to give you life updates when my face and my hands are freezing off. I'm still out here doing it, so I'm ready. I'm ready for spring, I guess. Actually, it's as long as I can bundle up, winter's fine. I don't mind it. I don't like scraping my windows and shoveling snow, but I don't mind it. It's better than the dead heat of summer. I prefer this versus like 106. Give me 6 degrees versus 106 degrees. But if I could have it my way, I'd love to live somewhere that was like lows are in the 40s, highs are in the 80s, but the majority of it's like 60s, 70s, and more rain than snow. A lot more rain than snow. Because then we still get the precipitation, but I don't have to scrape my window or shovel the rain, you know. You have to let me know what kind of, if you got to pick what kind of climate you lived in, describe it to me if you don't live in it now. Or if you do live in your ideal climate, tell me where you are. Because I know Apollo has different feelings. He loves it out here in the snow. But yeah, I could do a, I don't think I could do a Seattle or a Pacific Northwest that's too much rain and too much gloom. I do need to see the sun, but I could do with a little less snow, a little bit more rain. But anyway, we're back at the house. I'm gonna let you go. I think I will let this live as a standalone. It's a shorty, but I'll let it live as a standalone. We'll chat again soon. I hope you have an excellent day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye.